So before starting, I just want to know. So, did any of you know like what is Power BI, or do you have any previous experience with working with Power BI?
No, sir.
Anyone? Okay, just a minute. I think I have to. Uh, it's not capturing. Okay. 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 Let's start. So, can you please turn off the mic? I think someone is creating noise. Yeah. Okay. So, what is Power BI? Uh, Power BI is a business intelligence tool. Like the BI in Power BI stands for business intelligence. Now, what is the meaning of business intelligence? The Power BI, the automation can be done in the Power BI. The name suggests that automation. The Power BI has its own intelligence. It's a part of Power BI. Okay. So why do we need Power BI? Uh, we can visualize the data with the help of Power BI. That is one of the key tool which is present in the Power BI. With the help of visualization, we can provide insights into the data. Okay. So what is visualization? Uh, on the left hand side, you are able to see there is a data. It's in tabular form. Whereas on the right hand side, you can able to see the data which is in visual form. You are able to understand the data which is in the visual form easily compared to the data in the tabular form. That's why we need visualization. We are able to understand the data uh, on a larger scale. Okay, so which won't make sense in tabular form. The visualization is the only way in able to understand the data which are huge data. Okay. Okay. So why Power BI? Why not? Okay, there are many tools out there to do the visualization. Why Power BI? There are Tableau, ClickSense, and Power BI, and there are a lot of softwares out there which can do the visualization. Why just Power BI? Okay. So hello, is everyone there?
Yeah, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So why Power BI? Like if you this is the Google Trends of Power BI, Tableau, and ClickSense. Yeah, blue color shows the uh, Google Trends of Power BI in India for the past 5 years, from 2019 to 2023. If you can see, the trend of the Power BI is continuously increasing. The blue color one, whereas the red one was for Tableau. Okay, whereas the yellow is for ClickSense. Okay, in India, particularly Power BI market is in boom. Like if you're able to go to LinkedIn and or any job portal, search for this Power BI developer or business analyst and data analyst, even machine learning. Also, Power BI is becoming mandatory. Like even the people whoever are handling the data, it became a basic requirement. Like the people who are handling the data should able to represent the data in visual form. So Power BI is become a mandatory skill for the people who is working in data field. Like people also who are working in data science, like Power BI is like basic tool. Like what kind of visualization tools are using. So some people say Tableau, some people say Power BI, but the Indian market is currently dominated by the Power BI. Okay, so why it is dominating the market? Okay, there are several reasons for that. Let's take a look at why it's dominating the market. The Power BI is dominating the market because Power BI has almost 1200 plus functions. Like, okay, how many of you know Excel, like advanced Excel? How many of people work with advanced Excel? Just just send a message in the chat. Like, I just want to know. So, did any of you had experience working with Excel? Anyone? Hello, no one.
Yeah, sir.
I just want to know, like, did anyone had any previous experience working with Excel? No one? Okay, no problem. So I hope you know what is Excel is. Microsoft Excel, it's a part of package of Microsoft 365. So did anyone know what is Excel or anything? No one? What about you, Warren? Do you know what is Excel? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you know Excel, then you know, right? Like you are able to write functions in Excel in order to do the tasks. Like let's just say, if you want to perform certain, let's just say that I have a name called Rahul M. If I want to separate the M from my name, there is a function you have to do. Like you have to write a function, right, in order to remove the M. Similarly, Power BI also have. I'm just trying to explain what is functions here. So similarly, Power BI also has functions. there are 1200 functions like that in Power BI. Okay, 200 different functions to perform different tasks. Okay, in Excel we use only M language, whereas in Power BI we use both M and DAX functions also here. And totally we can create there are for a data we are able to create more than 280 visuals. Okay, uh, it's a huge visual database, so you can able to create different visuals based on the requirement given by the client or based on the requirement for that particular data. Okay, so that's one part. Other part is the cost. The cost of Power BI is very simple in the sense like usually the visualization uh, companies charge a lot more, but whereas Power BI charge $10 if you're buying as a single person. If you're buying as a bulk, $10 per month. That one is $10 per month. It's roughly, yeah, 700 rupees. If you're buying in bulk, you'll get around for some $7 like that. So it is cheap compared to all other all the visualization tools. Okay, whereas Tableau will charge around $30 something like that. So it's one third only. So that is one of the main reason that people are moving to the Power BI. Whereas it's one of the products of Microsoft, so there will be constant updates will be there, and there will be a proper community for it. And if you have any errors, there will be you can send feedback and then get back to you soon. There will be help. The help desk will be fast and the community is big. That's one of the reason, and the price is low. Okay, so last one is data connectivity. Data connectivity is one of the major advantage that Power BI has compared to all other tools. Whereas you name the file format, the Power BI will accept it. Like if you want to extract the tools from if you extract the data from the web, you can extract it. If you want to extract the data from let's just say if you want to use Excel workbook, or you can do it. If you want to use JSON files, you name the format, it is there. You name the cloud, it is there in the Power BI. It's simple as that. So whatever the formats out there in the internet, the Power BI is accepting all of them. Okay, that's one of the reason. Maximum connectivity, low cost, maximum number of visuals, and maximum number of functions is one of the key advantages of Power BI. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to do visuals with the options which are available in Power BI. We're going to use the functions to perform the tasks, and connectivity is like we use simple formats here. Whereas if you are working in an MNCs and handling a bulk of data, then you'll use it to connect to the clouds, and there you will have to uh, do differently. If you're working in MNCs, like Power BI Desktop is a free software, like it's completely free. Whereas if you are working in MNCs, like generating the report is not the only option you have to do. Generating the report is not the single task you have to do. You have to publish it. In order to publish, we have to use Power BI service. Power BI Desktop is a free software. Like it's free for everyone. Even for you, if you just open the Microsoft Store and download Power BI Desktop, it's free. Okay, you can generate the reports, you can do the visuals, you can build the data modeling, you can clean the data, everything for free in Power BI Desktops. In order to publish the reports, there you have to buy the Power BI service. Okay, okay. What does Power BI service do? Let's just say I'm working in a company called ABC, and I have working there internally. Internally, this is like we are a startup. We don't need to publish the reports. Everyone who want to see the reports are in the office. That's then I just simply use Power BI Desktop. I'll just generate the reports. Uh, I just show it to them because we are in office. But imagine we had an office in Delhi, and right now I'm working here, and they want to see the reports. And we are a big MNC. There are stakeholders who want to see the progress of our company. Yeah, in that case, we need Power BI service. I'll create the what I'll do. I use Power BI Desktop to generate the reports, and I'll publish them in Power BI service. Once I publish the reports, everyone who is having access will get the report. How they don't have to open the laptop, or they don't have to go to this particular website or see. They'll get just a message like there is an app for Power BI mobile. If they downloaded it, they'll get a notification that the report has been generated, and here is the report. Okay, it's simple. So for the people that is one of the reason that Power BI is so popular in India, because all the big companies want to use this Power BI, because every you can just set a time like for every week, Monday or Saturday. Saturday 5 p.m. I need the report. Like if you're building, if you're connected to the cloud, the data will be automatically taken, and the reports are automatically generated, and the stakeholders or the managers who need to see the report will automatically get the report by itself. I mean, the automation process is there. The first time you have to do it, and you have to give all the permissions and everything. Once it is done, the reports are automatically generated, and the people who needs to see the report will get the report, and it's simple as that. Okay. So Power BI desktop, you generate the report, Power BI service, you publish it, and Power BI mobile, where all the stakeholders or people who needs to see the report will get the report in their mobiles. Okay. So that is Power BI the whole, as a whole. And what are the okay? We're going to discuss what are the components of Power BI desktop. Yeah, Power BI desktop majorly has three particular components. One is Power Query. Power Query is where you extract, load, and transform the data. Okay, this is where you clean all the data, and this is where you are able to identify the errors, or remove all the duplicates, or you basically establish all the basic requirements, like what kind of data you have. You will basically make sure that your data has no errors and no duplicates and no empty rows and everything. And particularly, you will code for data types, like is data type is correct, and you'll make sure that you have the particular data structure which you need in order to publish the reports, like, yeah. So you will normalize all your data and everything your stuff. Okay, once you done with this ETL, then you will go to this Power Pivot. Power Pivot is where you build the models. Okay, why do you need build models? Like, okay, back in the old days, we used to have only single table for everything. There is a data redundancy, and there is a duplicates, and usually it will take a lot of time. So because of that, they created normalization. They started normalizing the data. What they creating, instead of one big table which is having all the data, they broke the table into different parts. If it is a product table, everything related to the product information will be available in the product table, and for every product they'll give an ID. For a bottle it is one, for a shampoo it's two, something like that. They were given IDs to the particular products, and they refer in main table. They just referred the IDs of the products. They didn't put all the thing, like bottle and made of plastic and made of steel, and it doesn't have a cap. It has zipper, something like that. They put all this data in one table and given a code. Okay, so and based on that, they were able to decrease the redundancy and all. Okay. Okay. Let me check. Someone have sent a message like this. Yeah, no one sent this. Okay. Okay. So Power Pivot is this. So why you need data modeling? That's why you need data modeling. We don't have one single table. We'll broke down the table into different tables according to the requirement. We'll have one table for customer, one table for product, one table for address and customer address and everything. And based on the requirements, we'll have tables. And how do we connect the tables? Through relations. Through data modeling only, we'll connect the table. We'll just connect the table in a way that essentially we have all the data, but not in a one particular table, in many tables. We load the tables when we want the tables. Okay. And last thing is Power View. Power View is data visualization. Data visualization, this is where you build the graphs and you build wonderful visualization to express the data, express the huge data, to understand it, and so that other people, I mean, not just you, but all the stakeholders, all the managers which you have to represent the data, were able to understand what you are saying. Okay, and what data is saying. Okay, it will provide the insights into the data. Okay. Yeah, those are the components of Power BI desktop, and this is the how the dashboard will looks like. This dashboard is going to say, if you select the order ID, the total number of orders in a particular time period is 1965, and total sales were in this. It's an interactive dashboard, so it's just an image. So right now you are able to see it's interacting. You are able to see from January the sales keep on increasing from 0.05 million to 0.2 million, like a number of orders per month. It's an interactive dashboard. So as soon as you're adding the data, so the data will automatically adjust by itself, like by during which period of time you are getting more number of orders and everything. Okay, so this is an example of a Power BI dashboard. Okay. Okay. So the Power BI architecture, like what is the Power BI architecture? Okay, there are two different ways. Usually, okay, if the data is located in your own desktop, then you don't have to worry about the gateways. You will just directly connect to the Power BI desktop, and then you clean the data, and basically you perform the ETL, extract, transform, load, and then you will establish the relations among the tables. Like, you will build the relations, and once it is done, then what we'll do the visualization. Once the visualization is done, then we'll publish in the Power BI service, and it will go to the people who have access. Okay, and then it will directly move on to this. If they downloaded the Power BI mobile, they'll get notifications that the report has been generated, and please take a look at it. These are the sales, these are the revenue which were generated, and these are the products that was sold, top products, so the bottom products, and the customers are the people who bought are in this region and everything. Let's just imagine if your data is not in your local laptop, which is the case for every MNCs. If your data is located, the data will be located in private servers, okay, private servers or clouds. And in order to connect to the data, we need Power BI gateways, like proper permissions and codes in order to do that. Once we have that, we'll be able to connect to this private networks or data source or clouds. Once we connect, then we'll do this Power BI desktop, and then it will come back to the Power BI once we click ETL, and then data modeling, and then visualization. We'll go back to the Power BI service, and then we'll do the same process again. We'll publish the reports, and the people who are having this access will get the reports, and mobile people will get the notification, the people who are using Power BI mobile. Okay, so the process is simple. Like Power BI desktop is free. If you want to right now, if you want to learn the Power BI, the desktop is free. You can start it right now, and by the end of it, like in between, we can do the Power BI service also. That is also, you don't have to pay anything. The first 1 month is free, so we'll just subscribe it, and then within 1 month we'll learn it, and then we'll able to see what is Power BI and how do you publish it and everything. And then Power BI mobile is also free. You'll get 30 days trial period. So in this 30 days trial period, we'll learn everything, and then we'll close it. So you don't have to pay any money for that. Okay. So that is what the Power BI architecture looks like. Okay. So in order to understand what Power BI can do, let me show you a case study. This it is done in a healthcare. Particularly, the challenge was the hospital want to know, like, so basically they want to know, like, how many people are coming, and what are we doing, and what can we do better. Like, they just want to analyze the whole data in a big way. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So obviously we're going to use Power BI for this particular project. Okay. And then see, in order to use the Power BI, firstly we should know uh, what is the objective here. Okay, the hospital want to understand the patient input. Based on that, they want to decide how many doctors should be in the hospital, how many nurses should be in the hospital, what should be the medical stock, like how many particular tablets should be there, or particular syringes should be there, based on the season. So what we're going to do in summer, we're going to see the patient count. In winter, we're going to see the patient count. In rainy season, we're going to see the patient count. In summer, what kind of diseases are people are getting mainly. In winter, what are the diseases people are getting mainly. In rainy season, what kind of disease people are getting mainly, what kind of tablets or what kind of medicines they are using in particular season, and what kind of number of people are admitting in the hospital, number of people are visiting once, in the sense like they just come from a checkup or going. Like, we're going to ask all kind of questions. What is the how many days they are spending in the hospital, like, based on the requirement of the hospital, we'll ask the customer, not the hospital. We'll ask the customer. This is, in our case, the hospital is a customer right now. Whereas whenever you are working for a client, so what is the important thing to do is, like, ask the client what is he expecting right now. The hospital is expecting how many doctors should be on the line, how many nurses should be on the line during this period. Okay, during summer or winter or any particular month. Okay, so our job is to understand the data. We used to, first the job is to collect the data from the hospital. Okay, once we collect the data for a, let's just say, for a span of 5 years or 10 years, then we'll analyze the data. Okay, during January, majority of the people who are getting by the end of January month, they are getting sick of viral fever, or they're getting cold, because from January the weather is changing. From winter to the summer is slightly beginning. Okay, so what will happen? The majority of people will get fever, or they'll get cold. Okay, during this period, the patients are coming for only 1 day or 2 days. It's because of viral fever. They're just coming it, and just undergoing some blood test or urine test, and then it's showing that viral fever, and they're just leaving by the 1 to 2 hours. Okay, this is the data that you should be analyzed right now. I just give an example, but what we have to do, we have to do it for entire year. Okay, what is this how many cases of accidents are coming in particular month, how many cases of accidents are coming during night, how many cases of accidents are coming during morning, and how many people are donating blood, how many people are receiving blood. There are so many different of questions, so many different questions you can ask the client and get the data. Once you get the data, you are able to do the full-fledged visuals, which will be helpful for the client, and which will fulfill the purpose of the client. Okay, so what we're able to do, so by asking the questions, where we can do the staff and resource forecast, like how many doctors should be present. Okay, how many nurses should be present during night or during morning, or during this particular winter or summer, or you can do based on the requirements asked by the client. Okay, and once it is done during epidemic, you can do this epidemic trend analysis also, like how many let's say if it is an epidemic, so how many masks should be present in the hospital, or how many sanitizers should be present, like how many particular specialist should be present, like what kind of epidemic can we expect. Okay, based on that, and you can do obviously you can do the cost report and profit reports and the regular refresh reports, and yeah, who is doing the blood donors and who is receiving the and everything. So okay, those are all the tasks you can do. Like how are you able to do all these tasks? By asking simply questions. Okay, if you are doing this business analyst role, your job is to ask questions and come up with the solutions. Like you don't have to come up with the solutions. If you take a look at the data, like data will present itself. Like, okay, what are you looking for? Okay, what do you want? What is the client's requirement? And okay, what kind of data we have? Are we able to fulfill the client's requirements or not? Okay, so that is just a simple case study. Okay, so this is just a brief description about Power BI, what you can do, and what is Power BI, and why we are choosing Power BI, and it is the curriculum. Okay, we'll start with the introduction to Power BI, and we go to data extraction, and then we'll perform ETL, extract, transform, load. Once it is done, we'll go into the data modeling. We already started a batch, and then right now we are completing the data modeling for that batch. And if you want talk to that batch, sir will provide the number. You can contact student in the batch, and then you can see how it is going and everything. Then we'll move on to the, right now we are in data modeling, and then once it is done, we'll move on to the Power BI service. Okay, and what is Power BI service? As I told you before, in order to publish the reports which we created in Power BI desktop, we use Power BI service. Once we publish the reports, then we'll go into the advanced Power BI reports, like where you can use APIs and connecting the mobiles, accessing the mobiles, giving access to the mobiles and everything. And then we'll do this Power BI Advanced and Power BI Premium. Okay, so where there are some custom learnings in Power BI also. Like if you want to integrate to the particular application, let's say if you want to connect to a particular app, you want to publish these reports in particular app, not in Power BI mobile applications. You can do that also. You can do report frameworks and etc. The whole, we can teach the whole Power BI. Like right now we started on. Last February 14th, actually, we started. Right now, where are we? We are 25, so roughly 10 days. In 10 days, we went from introduction to Power BI to data extraction to data transforming, and data transforming to data modeling. We have one more class for data modeling, and then it will be done. Then we'll move on to DAX. Once DAX is done, then we'll move on to Power BI. I'm just giving a brief analysis, like what we can do in 40 days. Okay, so 40 days we can complete the Power BI, and we are able to do end-to-end project actually, and that is a part of it. And one complete end-to-end project, and for every option, for every tab in Power BI, we're going to go into the particular visual option, and we're going to explain what is this option and what we can do with these options. Okay, so that summons this uh, Power BI demo class. So if you have any queries, you can ask me right now, and I will answer them. Okay, so do you have any queries? Hello.
No, sir.
So, okay. So if you have any questions,